The NBA Season 8 2021 games and highlights will be coming up next on Devin Smith Showtime Sports in America. Game 6-8 Washington Wizards 1-3-3 Indiana Pacers 1-3-2 Final. Game 6-8 Memphis Grizzlies 1-0-9 Toronto Raptors 9-9 Final. Game 6-8 Houston Rockets 1-1-6 Utah Jazz 1-2-4 Final. Game 6-8 Oklahoma City Thunder 9-7 Golden State Warriors 1-3-6 Final. Game 6-8 San Antonio Spurs 1-0-2 Portland Trail Blazers 1-2-4 Final. Game 6-8 Brooklyn Nets 1-2-5 Denver Nuggets 1-1-9 Final.
evening from South Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, no question, there's one direction this Sixers team is going. It's taken a lot of trust and no question, a lot of patience.
Ed, I hear what you're saying, and the Sixers are on the up and up. But let's remember who built the foundation. Sam Hinkie deserves a lot more credit. I know this new management has taken them to new heights, but it all started with Mr. Hinkie.
Well, the fans in Philadelphia are reaping the rewards right now. Won by the Pistons. Smith. Missed a wide open look to Simmons. Slam dunk. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet, and one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in a game, they can help you sustain that energy.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. Flushes it home. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Screen coming. Joel Embiid. Oh,
and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Got it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Simmons into the front court. 2-point advantage. Baseline drive. Rocking the rim.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Screen coming to Dennis Smith Jr. Nothing going here on that drive. To Dennis Smith Jr. Can't connect. To Simmons. The rebound's taken by Detroit. Smith with the basketball. 10-6 our score. Detroit with 4 to shoot. Down to Grant. 24-second violation. John Henson pins it. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off John Henson. Substitution being made in this one. Ben Simmons, 3 for 4. Good start.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Smith. Shot from the lane won't go. To Simmons. Layup goes down. Well done.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Free throws coming up.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Wayne Ellington has got 2 shots coming. A career 85% free throw shooter. Oops, he missed the first one. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. To Simmons. Rebound to Detroit. Smith now into the front court. Right now, down 7. Has a chance. The shot missed by Smith. Harris. Cashes in for 2.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Misses the first. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Philadelphia with the basketball. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
He throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
And throws it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
He was hacked. They let it go.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Pistons have it. Smith. Joel Embiid with a piece. That's his 3rd block this evening. Deep left corner. Here's a chance from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. The follow won't go either. Can't connect from inside. To Danny Green. Fires the 3. Cleans it up. Smith into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Over to the right side. Has a look. Pulls up for two.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And draws the foul.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
For Detroit, number 1, Reggie Jackson.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Hill across the timeline. The lead is 11. Jackson. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Beyond the arc for three. Danny Green can't get down to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack it to the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Dwight Howard rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Short jumper off the mark. To Embiid. Oh, nice find for the basket.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. That shaves the deficit down to 10. To Embiid. Pass stolen by Detroit. And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
George Hill, that's his first.
First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second. Gets it in the left corner. Going to launch beyond the arc. Seth Curry off the mark. Good defense. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
The possession in favor of Detroit. Ish Smith. To Reggie Jackson. Ish Smith. Trying to cash in. Howard with the rebound. Hill into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Seth Curry. 4-3. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. The follow won't go either. To Jackson.
Oh, yeah, go by.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jackson. Has a chance. The screen sets him up for two.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill and you still knocked it down.
Gets to the basket and scores.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Jackson. Down for Smith. Won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Hill across the timeline. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line. Seth Curry is going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one, count it. It's a second. One more coming. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. It's Detroit's ball. Ish Smith to Reggie Jackson. Here comes the screen. Reggie Jackson up against the 8-time All-Star. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
He missed that shot on his own. The defense didn't do anything on that play to make him miss.
Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Deep 3 at the buzzer, and a 3-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We're through one at Wells Fargo Center with the Sixers on top. Jay and I return to Philadelphia after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free pizza.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Pistons ball here. Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't go down. Danny Green. Lays it up and in.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Jackson with it. Down a bundle. Defense making the ball handler work. Shot from in close, no good. Jackson with it. His guys down big. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. John Henson able to recover with the block. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off John Henson. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Lets it fly from long range. Tobias Harris is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 81% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw.
That boy got jumper.
Second and 3. Got it.
Number 15.
Perfect from the line. Hits all 3 of them. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Smith on the drive, but his shot won't fall. To Howard. Jeremy Grant! Huge block!
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Here comes the screen. Jeremy Grant matched up with Howard. Runner here won't go. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. To Smith. Dwight Howard with the block. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
John Henson at the line. First try, no good. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Sixers control it. Simmons, deep right corner. Fires the 3, misfire, and a putback slam.
When you let him get inside position like that on the glass, you can expect that every single time.
Here comes the screen. Is Smith, defended by Howard. Dwight Howard tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Howard. From long range. No good. That's great defense. Is Smith. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
The monster stuff. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Off the mark. Pistons have it. Is Smith to Jackson. Sizing up the defense. Jackson to Smith. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw try, off the mark. To Reggie Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. Detroit with 4 to shoot. Jackson. That no good. Off the mark. To Tobias Harris. Can't connect. Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. Down to Grant. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Simmons with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Screen coming. Reggie Jackson, guarded by Howard. Goes to the right side. Ish Smith. No good. The defender was a little too close for comfort.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you... Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
The possession in favor of Detroit. Ish Smith to Jackson. Probing the defense. Dwight Howard sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Ish Smith to Reggie Jackson. Won't go. It's Howard, the rebound. Harris to Embiid. Jeremy Grant swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Trying to cash in. A couple of cracks at the line now.
You never really want to foul a shooter. But if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Knocks down the first.
To the line, shooting 2. Into the game for the Pistons, number 5.
2 for 2 on that trip. Simmons with it. His guys holding the big lead. Hill to Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot from the lane won't go. Into the front court comes Smith. He'll run the offense. Doesn't have the touch. No good. George Hill to Simmons. Drives, but a shot won't go down. It's Detroit's ball. Rises for the slam.
Ed, 2 years ago, I was sitting in the draft room absolutely shocked that Dennis Smith went at 9 in the draft. And when I think about this young man's game, he is just scratching the surface of what he can do. He finished tied for 4th among rookies in scoring last season, and I guarantee you his game is going to continuously go to different levels.
To Embiid. Joel Embiid. 3 for 6 now.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Here comes the screen. Smith now. Embiid with the board. To George Hill. Harris. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
The assist from number 50, George Hill.
Joel Embiid sends it away. 4th this contest.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
In the second quarter.
Short jumper misses. For 3. Not that time. He misses. John Henson snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Dennis Smith Jr. now 4 for 9.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Smith. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
He's a relentless scorer. It doesn't matter if you stop him once. He's going to keep coming at you time and time again.
Now the Pistons going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Thank you for your cooperation.
To Dennis Smith Jr.
For the Philadelphia 76ers, number 3.
Detroit with 4 to shoot. Dennis Smith Jr. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Has a chance? Not today.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers have built a comfortable lead, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scores. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Pistons did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scores for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Assists.
The Detroit Pistons are struggling to move the ball and create good looks for each other. What makes it worse is their opponent isn't having nearly the same problem.
Player of the half.
Simmons couldn't be denied the award after all of those slams. He might get top plays all to himself at the end of the game if he keeps this up. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Sixers have the basketball. Surveys the floor. To Tobias Harris. And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Nice pass to get things going.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Tobias Harris. Here's a chance from long range. Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Here comes the screen. Smith. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Dennis Smith Jr. And Simmons the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
And count the basket.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Beyond the arc for 3. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Smith. Going to launch beyond the arc. Rebound taken by the Sixers. 4-3. That's good D. Shot no good. That won't go. And it doesn't take a brain surgeon to know that was not a good shot.
And it's never...
Stuffs it down with authority.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Dennis Smith Jr. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
And hits the first free throw.
Oh, yeah, get your money, man.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Yeah, good shot, boy. Way to hit.
Pistons ball here. Here comes the screen. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Offensive board. And the finish. Slam dunk.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Time to shuffle things up.
For Detroit, number 8.
And stuffs it home. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Smith with the basketball. Down a bundle. Nothing going here on that drive. Joel Embiid pins it. Ooh, 5 now. Time for some new personnel into the game. It was right there. Jeremy Grant with a piece. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. That's a 5-second violation.
For Philadelphia.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Harris to Simmons. Fires the 3, shakes free, and hits.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Here comes the screen. Detroit with 4 to shoot. Sixers with the rebound. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Smith with it up top. His guys down big. Terrific vision. It's a big finish.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. The pass set it all up.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Personal foul. Team foul number 1. Subbing in for the Pistons, number 8.
Trying to cash in. The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter, and there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Catch up, baby.
A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
New blood coming in for both sides.
For the Philadelphia 76ers, number 50, George Hill.
Wide open look won't go. To Seth Curry. Jeremy Grant rejects it. Sixers able to recover from long range. That won't go. John Henson able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jackson. Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. Count the basket inside.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Pistons have it. Has a chance. Oh, straight down the middle for 2.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Superman, Dwight Howard. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Jeremy Grant matched up with Howard. Sixers have it. To Hill. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. Can't slam it down. George Hill. Huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Here comes the screen. Five seconds to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's Embiid with the rebound. To Howard. Gets it in the left corner. Hill. George Hill. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
To Jackson. Curling inside. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. To Seth Curry. For 3. Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Seth Curry with a chance at a 4-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Whoops, that won't go. Ish Smith. Working hard on the glass. Ish Smith, 2 of 4 now.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Oh, 5-second violation. Goes to the left side. Ish Smith matched up with Seth Curry. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Shot clock winding down. Here's a chance from long range. Seth Curry off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Joe Johnson matched up with Howard. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a look. Just off the mark. Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Fires the 3, smothering D. Corner 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up. And a great start for the 76ers. Pistons basketball here to start the 4th quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Into the front court comes Simmons. His guys hold a commanding lead. Shot from the lane won't go. Smith now into the front court. He'll run the offense. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Nothing going here on that drive. Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. No good. John Henson with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Here comes the screen.
Come right, swing come right, swing come right.
Deep left corner. Ish Smith. Oh, the slam popped out. Dwight Howard tips it. Philadelphia with the basketball. Going to launch beyond the arc. And a putback slam.
Oof. Really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Joel Embiid blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
For the Detroit Pistons, number 3.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Trying to cash in. Shot by Smith off the mark. To Howard. Oh, emphatic slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Here comes the screen. Down to Grant. Slams it down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Smith. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Easy path to the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
The assist from number 25, Vincent.
Smith. Deep two there, won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
The possession in favor of Detroit. Shot from in close, no good. Four three. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Ellington, guarded by Howard.
Screen coming. He's holding.
Lets it fly from long range. He was all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
It's Detroit's ball. Smith. Fires the three. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To Simmons. From long range. Textbook defense. Knocked loose. Sixers have it. Simmons. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. Pistons ball here.
Hey, lock up.
Count it.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
From the painted area, won't go down.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
I got him.
Simmons. Another chance to Tobias Harris. For 3, Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Smith with the basketball. Down a bundle. Screen coming. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Tried to slam it down, but it comes out. To Tobias Harris. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Screen coming left. Screen coming.
To Reggie Jackson. Here's a chance from long range. Defense was ready. Reggie Jackson unable to hit. Embiid to Seth Curry. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for the Pistons. Number 8.
Reggie Jackson matched up with Howard. Stuffs it down with authority.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Superman, Dwight Howard. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Embiid. Beyond the arc for 3. Great defense, forcing the miss. Jackson. Joel Embiid swats it. Make that 7. Can't miss those. To Tobias Harris. Going to launch beyond the arc. Slams it home on the putback.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Gets it in the left corner. Screen coming. To Jackson. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Dwight Howard sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper stays out.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
76ers are in the penalty. Into the game for Philadelphia, number 50, George Hill.
Smith. Fine to shoot. To Dennis Smith Jr. 4-3. That one off the mark. It's no good. The follow won't go either. Another shot won't go either. Hill into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Has a look. He's looking for that touch.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Smith now. And the rebound pulled down by Simmons.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Tobias Harris above the rim.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. The Sixers are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers put one in the win column with a solid performance. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the 3 ball, and it was instrumental to their success. Check out the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Philadelphia 76ers were most impressive in the way they turned their effort into second chance points. If I was their coach, I'd be very proud of the team for the way they played with heart.
player of the game.
Joel Embiid could not have been better defensively. The way he blocked shots and stole the ball today is what makes for an all-NBA defensive first-team player.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.